Los Angeles, a vast metropolis with nearly 4 million residents, stands as one of the most dynamic and influential cities in the United States. Yet, beneath its economic and cultural strengths, California faces mounting tensions over issues such as illegal immigration, housing costs, crime, and political disagreements. However, one of the most worrying aspects of living in California right now, in particular Los Angeles, is the growing risk of natural disasters. As we all know, sadly, in 2025, a devastating series of wildfires broke out across the Los Angeles metro area, covering 23,448 acres, destroying 6,837 structures, and damaging an additional 1,017. Tragically, 29 people are known to have died across the Los Angeles area as a result of the destruction. And concerningly, wildfires aren't the only source of disaster residents of Los Angeles need to be worried about. While any state is susceptible to its own unique set of risks, for example, Florida grapples with hurricanes, Louisiana often faces flooding, and California's San Francisco is renowned for its earthquake threats, Los Angeles stands out due to the convergence of multiple risks across various categories of natural disasters. Nestled between the San Gabriel Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, this vibrant city is no stranger to earthquakes, wildfires, and mudslides. An earthquake can strike at any moment, rattling both skyscrapers and the foundations of everyday life, with a 99% chance that California will experience a magnitude 7 or greater earthquake within 30 years. Also, the dry summer months often transform nearby hills into roaring infernos, with fire services responding to over 7,500 wildfire incidents per year. Yet, as you stroll through the sun-soaked streets of LA, filled with Hollywood dreams and cultural diversity, it's hard to fathom that this idyllic backdrop is overshadowed by such peril. Faced with what seems like a constant threat of natural disasters, one must ponder, what drives so many people to thrive in a city marked by risk and resilience? So today, on Across the Globe, we'll be looking at why nearly 4 million people live in America's most disaster-prone city. Founded in 1781 as a small Spanish pueblo, Los Angeles remained relatively modest in size until the late 19th century, when the arrival of the Southern Pacific Railroad spurred an influx of settlers and investors seeking the promise of opportunity in a burgeoning agrarian economy. The discovery of oil in the early 20th century further accelerated population growth, drawing thousands to the area, while the post-World War II economic boom transformed Los Angeles into a hub of industry and innovation. Despite its vulnerability, the allure of a diverse culture, entertainment industry prominence, and a vibrant lifestyle has continued to attract newcomers from all corners of the globe. This fusion of historical factors, including access to natural resources, significant economic migrations, and a near-constant reinvention of community, has catalyzed Los Angeles' remarkable expansion, cementing its status as one of the most populous cities in the United States, even amid the ever-looming specter of disaster. In recent years, there's one factor that keeps bringing people into the city, but it's one that comes with a multitude of problems. There's no denying the fact that many people come to California for its near enough year-round good weather. On average, California has over 290 sunny days annually. Of course, this varies from city to city, but Los Angeles is renowned for its sunny climate, averaging around 263 sunny days per year. Over the course of the year, temperatures in Los Angeles generally range from 9 degrees Celsius, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, to 29 degrees Celsius, 85 degrees Fahrenheit, rarely dipping below 6 degrees Celsius or exceeding 34 degrees Celsius. Even in the cooler months, which last just 12 to 16 weeks, LA remains a haven for sun seekers, with mild lows averaging around 9 degrees Celsius, far warmer than many other parts of the United States. So you might be thinking, wait a minute, that isn't so hot. Well, if we compare Los Angeles to other parts of the U.S., it's easy to see why people would choose to stay here year-round. Cities like Minneapolis, where winter temperatures frequently plummet below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and the summer months from June to August often bring mild temperatures with average highs ranging from 21 to 28 degrees Celsius, or Chicago, known for its biting cold and heavy snowfall, endure harsh seasonal transitions, while LA basks its almost unbroken string of sunny days. Minneapolis experiences an average of 50 days per year with temperatures at or below freezing, and Chicago sees about 38 inches of snow annually, making the winters there severe and prolonged. So it's fair to say California gets pretty hot compared to most states in America. On average, California is warmer than about 40 to 45 states, depending on the specific metric used. However, it flails in comparison to places like Texas, which is considered hotter than California, mainly due to its proximity to the Gulf of Mexico, which contributes to higher humidity, while California benefits from the cooling influence of the Pacific Ocean. Despite this, California typically has more wildfires per year than Texas. According to the Insurance Information Institute, California leads in wildfire-prone properties, with 2.1 million homes at risk, a number nearly 3 times higher than Texas, with 750,000 homes at risk, Colorado, with 380,000 homes at risk, and Arizona, with 250,000 homes at risk. In 2025, Los Angeles became rocked by California's latest devastating series of wildfires. The city was unrecognizable. Smoke filled the skies. Over 30,000 people were placed on evacuation orders, and the flames consumed almost everything in its path. California's famed coastline flattened and charred. The scale of this disaster hard to comprehend. Pretty devastating. I don't think LA's seen anything like this before. The fires, which burned across multiple counties, including Los Angeles, Ventura, and San Bernardino, have quickly become one of the costliest in U.S. history, with estimates suggesting that the insurance cost of the devastation could reach as high as $30 billion. However, a more recent tally puts the total damage at upwards of $250 billion, making it one of the most expensive natural disasters in American history. However, Los Angeles has garnered the label of being disaster-prone for a multitude of reasons that extend far beyond the fiery infernos that have gripped the region. The USGS estimates that Southern California alone experiences about 10,000 earthquakes per year, though the vast majority of them are too small to be felt by people. In contrast, the Pacific Northwest, particularly around the Cascadia subduction zone, experiences significantly fewer earthquakes, averaging around 1,000 per year. Outside of LA's smaller tremors, it has been the site of several significant seismic events that have left lasting impressions on its history and landscape. Notable among these is the 1994 Northridge earthquake, which measured 6.7 on the Richter scale and resulted in 57 fatalities, over 9,000 injuries, and an estimated $44 billion in damages, making it one of the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history. More recently, the 2010 Haiti earthquake was felt across Southern California and served as a grim reminder of the region's vulnerability to such events. While Los Angeles has been fortunate enough to avoid a major destructive tsunami throughout its history, the city has nonetheless felt the effects of smaller tsunami events that have occasionally swept ashore. The most significant of these occurrences included the 1960 Chilean earthquake tsunami, which was spawned by a colossal 9.5 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Chile and was 25 meters in size. As this powerful tsunami traveled across the Pacific, it made its presence known in Southern California, resulting in flooding and damage to docks in both Los Angeles and Long Beach. More recently, the 2011 Japan tsunami, triggered by the catastrophic 9.1 magnitude Kahoku earthquake, also reached the California coastline, imposing a level of disruption that led to some damage at harbors, particularly within Los Angeles County, with costs of damages exceeding $100 million. In addition to this, Los Angeles faces the perils of flooding, particularly during intense storm events often associated with El Niño weather patterns. These storms can lead to flash flooding and mudslides, especially in regions that have been previously burned by wildfires, where vegetation that would typically absorb rainwater has been stripped away. One of Los Angeles' most infamous ongoing geological dramas unfolds in Rancho Palos Verdes, where a persistent landslide has plagued the area since it first began in 1956. This slow-motion catastrophe continues to shift several feet each year, imperiling homes, roadways, and essential infrastructure as it carves its path downward along the hilly coastal bluffs. The cause of this relentless movement is attributed to a precarious mix of weak bedrock and human activities, such as road construction and antiquated septic system leaks, which have considerably destabilized the geological foundation. Moreover, the city confronts persistent drought conditions that not only challenge water supply and management, but also create additional stress on its already overburdened infrastructure. As seasons become increasingly arid, the impacts of water shortages are felt across the region in agricultural production, household water use, and public health initiatives, illustrating the intertwined nature of these risks. The 2012 to 2016 California drought was one of the most severe and prolonged periods of water scarcity in the state's history, serving as the driest four-year span in the last 1,200 years, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape and the lives of its residents. This devastating drought, which lasted for 4 consecutive years, was characterized by abnormally low rainfall, scorching temperatures, and dwindling water reserves. Vegetation experienced significant browning, especially during the winter of 2014. By 2016, overall greenness had not recovered to previous levels. Despite the overwhelming potential for disaster that looms over the city, LA residents often exhibit remarkable resilience. Living in this dynamic metropolis with a population of about 4 million in the city proper and over 10 million in the greater metropolitan area, people have become accustomed to navigating the complexities of their environment. Each disaster, a chapter in the ongoing story of their lives in this sprawling urban landscape. So why are so many people still drawn to stay in Los Angeles? The dream factor is an obvious thing to point out. Los Angeles is home to Hollywood, the hub for film and TV, and a mighty business that generates around $11 billion in box office revenue annually in the US and Canada. This means all kinds of creatives flock here year after year to try and make it big, from actors to writers to filmmakers. According to Data USA, actors are typically paid more in Los Angeles, with an average salary of $55,663, compared to $41,600 in New York. Also, as California's reputation as a hub for innovation and entrepreneurship continues to grow, Los Angeles is emerging as a major player in the tech industry, earning the nickname Silicon Beach. This coastal region, encompassing areas such as Santa Monica, Venice, and Culver City, has become a hotbed for startups and established tech giants alike. The presence of major companies like Google, Snapchat, and SpaceX brought a wave of tech talent to the area, with many other notable players, including Facebook, YouTube, and Hulu also calling Silicon Beach home. With the largest economy size, with jobs totaling 4,494,000, LA has the largest tech workforce at 446,000. It's also home to 4 national labs and 16 of America's best cybersecurity programs. And let's not forget the Port of Los Angeles, often referred to as America's busiest port. This 7,500-acre plot of land and water, with 43 miles of waterfront, stands as a pivotal economic powerhouse not only for Southern California, but for the entire nation, often exceeding over $500 million in revenue. Handling millions of containers annually, it serves as a critical gateway for international trade, connecting the U.S. with markets across the globe, particularly in Asia. For some perspective, in the fiscal year of 2022, the port handled almost 10.7 million TEUs of containerized goods. Therefore, this bustling center supports hundreds of thousands of jobs and generates billions in economic impact, contributing significantly to the local and national economy. Outside of career opportunities, Los Angeles is also a great place to spend your downtime. The moderate climate, characterized by warm, sunny days and minimal rainfall, allows for year-round outdoor activities. With its stunning coastline, residents and visitors can enjoy surfing at iconic spots like Venice Beach, sunbathing on Santa Monica's sandy shores, or hiking the scenic trails of the nearby Santa Monica Mountains. Additionally, Los Angeles boasts numerous parks such as Griffith Park, which invites outdoor enthusiasts for picnics, horseback riding, and sweeping views of the Hollywood sign. In stark contrast, a larger city like Houston, Texas, while rich in culture and industry, offers far fewer outdoor recreational opportunities, often limited to urban parks that lack the diverse natural landscapes found in LA. In turn, this wealth of activity leads to the generation of more jobs for the people of LA, as the city attracts up to 50.7 million visitors per year. As well as alluring tourists, Los Angeles also catches the attention of immigrants looking to make the land of opportunity their home. many looking to provide a good life for their families and make use of the city's prestigious schools and colleges, such as UCLA, one of the world's top public research universities, and the cradle of American business and finance, high-tech industry, film and art professionals, and institutions like USC and Cedars-Sinai, world-renowned hubs for advanced medical research. According to the American Community Survey, ACS, Los Angeles County is home to nearly 3.5 million immigrants, over a third of the county's total population. 788,300 immigrants in the Los Angeles metro area are homeowners, contributing to the economy significantly. Los Angeles is a lively, diverse city shaped by immigration, making it one of the most multicultural places in the world. With rich communities hailing from Mexico, Korea, China, the Philippines, Armenia, and beyond, the city's cultural landscape is a kaleidoscope of languages, traditions, and lifestyles that can enhance its charm. This remarkable diversity is perhaps best reflected in LA's food scene, which offers an unparalleled culinary adventure. From the mouth-watering taco trucks that line the streets serving authentic Mexican street food, to Michelin-starred restaurants that showcase innovative dishes inspired by various cultures, Los Angeles has become a food lover's paradise. And all of this only attracts more and more tourists and settlers alike. So, is the city growing? Well, in recent years, Los Angeles has actually experienced a slight population decline. By the end of 2024, it had a population of approximately 3.8 million, reflecting a slight drop compared to 2023. The city had previously peaked at 3.83 million in 2021. However, migrants keep coming due to the widespread knowledge that California is immigrant-friendly. In November 2024, LA City Council passed a sanctuary city ordinance to bar using local resources to help federal immigration authorities. LA's public school system also reaffirmed itself as a sanctuary for undocumented immigrants and LGBTQ students in a series of emergency resolutions. However, these implementations serve as one of the factors California is going through a political divide right now. So many would argue that Los Angeles is still growing despite its overhanging danger of disasters. But on the flip side of the coin, many experts are saying that LA will likely continue to see a population decline because of its high cost of living, heavy traffic, and infrastructure struggles, and of course, natural disasters and climate issues. According to Statista, LA commuters have to endure the worst traffic congestion levels of any U.S. city. In 2019, LA commuters spent 44 minutes of extra travel time bumper to bumper every day, adding up to 167 hours throughout the year. A whopping 6 days and 23 hours of extra travel time. Additionally, there are over 58,000 people across Los Angeles County who are experiencing homelessness, and the cost of living is 50% higher than the national average. After the recent wildfires, some people will have no choice to leave due to the costs the fires will thrust upon them. According to CBS News, for many who lost homes in Los Angeles fires, insurance won't cover the entire cost of rebuilding. Former million-dollar listing real estate agent Josh Altman believes a staggering 70% of Pacific Palisades residents may never return to build their homes. He said, "They're not staying away because they don't want to return. Of course they want to go back there. They're not going to return because it's simple math. I don't believe they're going to be able to afford to rebuild. We're talking about $1,000 per square foot to build in places like the Palisades Malibu, with most people heavily underinsured and construction costs skyrocketing, lumber, steel, everything. It's just not feasible for many." Nevertheless, through thick and thin, Los Angeles is still the second most populated city in the United States, after New York City. But the question is, will that remain? Or will LA eventually be surpassed by other huge cities like Chicago or Houston? What about the 10 cities likely to catch on fire?